Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all, the respected participants attending this critical discussion. I am also thankful to the Department of International Cooperation of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs of the People's Republic of China for organizing this important event. Food loss and waste is probably the most worrying concern for the developed and developing countries alike. We all are on the same page regarding food security and how to prevent it from becoming waste. According to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization FAO, estimated that one-third of all global food production is wasted, contributing to a massive levels of environmental degradation and perpetuating food insecurity. 1 in 10 people is undernourished. More than one-third of the world's population cannot afford a healthy diet, and the reason for all this is not food shortage, but food wastage. In 2015, the UN announced halving worldwide food waste and substantially reducing global food loss by 2030 as part of its Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) agenda. I am convinced that it will require a massive collective efforts to achieve this ambitious goal and task. We are all aware of the annual food loss and waste on the global stage. I want to shed light on the prevailing situation in Africa. Inefficient processing and drying, poor storage, and insufficient infrastructure are instrumental factors in food waste in Africa. In sub-Saharan Africa, post-harvest food losses are estimated to be worth $4 billion per year, or enough to feed at least 48 million people. Post-harvest losses account for up to a fifth of harvest, thereby negating the benefit of investment to ensure increased productivity towards food and nutrition security. Ending hunger and ending food waste are both central to the aspiration of the Sustainable Development Goals, the African Union Agenda 2063, and the Malabo Declaration regional priorities. There is a very thin line between food loss and food waste. Food loss and food waste happen at different stages of the food supply chain. Annually, farmers produce enough food to feed everyone in the world. However, many are still food insecure due to complications and inefficiencies in the food system. It is estimated that one-third of edible foods produced annually, about 1.3 billion tons, is lost or wasted. Food loss and waste have a deep connection with other segments of society. It does not only affect the economy and environment, but creates a massive divide between the general masses. With every ounce of food produced and wasted, there are associated water, energy, capital, nutrition, and other related resources. It also has a damning effect on our climate. Food waste would be the third largest GHG emitter if it were a country. Food loss and waste amount roughly $680 billion in industrial countries and $310 billion in developing countries. This sum of money can be used to uplift least developed parts of the world. On the other hand, we are not doing enough to minimize food waste and loss. The developed countries should step up and lead the way to reduce and eventually stop wasted. Governments play a critical role in setting the agenda and prioritizing for the environmental work. Therefore, national governments must begin to prioritize policy, infrastructure, and development to reduce food waste on farms. Governments should be ambitious in their targets for food waste reduction and support of innovation to assist farmers in implementing sustainable agriculture practices. Governments should prioritize the following steps to control food waste and loss. Set national target for food waste reduction from farm to fork by 50% by 2030. Integrate food waste into agriculture policy and support. Strengthen regulation of fishery practices and monitoring of bycatch levels. Implementing fair trade laws to protect farmers from unfair trading practices which drive up food waste. Develop infrastructure, R&D, and education, particularly for domestic crop. I want to wind up my speech to resolve that we must take concrete steps to overcome this challenge and achieve this ambitious task. I'm also confident that together we can do this and preserve whatever we can for our future generation. Thank you very much.